The shuttle bay of the Celestial Pioneer hummed with nervous energy as Dr. Elena Vasquez addressed the assembled group of alien researchers. Her eyes sparkled with excitement, a sharp contrast to the apprehension evident in her extraterrestrial colleagues. "Welcome to the first ever galactic expedition to Earth," Elena announced, her voice steady and confident. "I know you've all heard the stories, seen the data, but nothing can truly prepare you for what you're about to experience. Earth isn't just our home. It's our crucible, our teacher, and yes, our Class 13 Deathworld." Zix, the arachnid xenobiologist, chittered nervously, her multiple limbs twitching in anticipation. "Dr. Vasquez, I must admit, I'm having second thoughts. Are you certain this is safe?" Elena's laugh echoed through the bay, causing several aliens to flinch at its sharpness. "Safe. Not entirely, Zix. But that's the point. Earth isn't safe. But it's where we evolved, where we learned to adapt and thrive. And that's what you're here to understand." Crust, the crystalline exarthaxian geologist, chimed in, its facets shimmering with a mix of fear and excitement. "I still can't believe your species evolved on such a planet. It defies all conventional wisdom." "Conventional wisdom doesn't apply to Earth," Elena replied with a grin. "You'll see soon enough." High Counselor Zix Lorf stepped forward, its willowy form swaying slightly. "Dr. Vasquez, I speak for all of us when I say we're both terrified and thrilled." "Your assurances are. What comforting." Elena nodded, her expression softening. "I understand, High Counselor. Just remember, everything you're about to experience has shaped humanity into what we are today. Stay alert, follow instructions, and prepare to be amazed." As the group boarded the shuttle, Lyriel, the Elysian atmospheric specialist, fluttered her gossamer wings nervously. "Dr. Vasquez, our preliminary scans show such volatility in Earth's atmosphere. How do you manage to predict weather patterns in such chaos?" Elena smiled as she strapped herself into the pilot's seat. "That's the beauty of it, Lyriel. Earth's weather is chaotic, yes, but there are patterns within the chaos. Studying those patterns has pushed our predictive models to new heights. It's just another way Earth has challenged us to grow." The shuttle's engines roared to life, and Elena guided the craft out of the Celestial Pioneer's bay. As they began their descent towards Earth's surface, the alien researchers pressed against the viewports, their eyes, or sensory organs, wide with a mixture of fear and wonder. The smooth ride quickly gave way to violent shaking as they hit Earth's upper atmosphere. Crust's crystalline form vibrated so intensely that small fractures began to appear on its surface. "By the Crystal Collective!" Crust exclaimed, its voice a high-pitched chime of panic. "The craft is breaking apart." Elena's calm voice cut through the chaos. "Easy, everyone. This is just a bit of turbulence. Our aircraft are designed to handle much worse. Crust, try to relax. Your tensing up is causing those fractures." As they pushed through layers of clouds, the shuttle continued to shake. Zix had curled her multiple limbs around her seat, her eyes darting frantically from one window to another. "Dr. Vasquez, how can you be so calm? This feels like we're under attack." Elena chuckled, her hands steady on the controls. "This is just Earth saying hello, Zix. Wait until you see a real storm. Now, brace yourselves. We're about to break through the cloud cover." Suddenly, the shaking stopped and the clouds parted to reveal a vast expanse of blue below them. The alien researchers gasped collectively at the sight. "Welcome," Elena announced proudly, to the Pacific Ocean. As the shuttle descended towards a research vessel floating on the vast expanse of water, the alien researchers peered out the windows in awe. Waves rolled across the surface, and in the distance, dark clouds loomed ominously. The sheer volume of liquid water is staggering. Lyriel trilled, her wings fluttering rapidly as she analyzed the readings on her equipment. And it's in constant motion. How does this not destabilize your entire planet? Elena smiled as she guided the shuttle towards the landing pad on the ship's deck. The oceans are Earth's great regulators, Lyrael. They help stabilize our climate, drive weather patterns, and support an incredible diversity of life. But they're also one of our planet's deadliest environments. As the shuttle touched down and the door opened, the aliens were immediately assaulted by a gust of salty wind. Even through their environmental suits, they could feel the power of the air currents and the spray of seawater. Zixlorp's antennae drooped in the humid, salty air. By the galactic core, it's like being slapped in the face repeatedly. How do humans function in this? Elena stepped out confidently, taking a deep breath of the sea air. We've learned to harness the power of the wind and waves, High Counselor. But you're right. The ocean demands respect. Now, let's begin our tour, shall we? As the group made their way to the ship's laboratory, each step was a challenge for the alien researchers as the vessel rocked with the waves. Kruz's crystalline form clinked against the metal deck with each movement, while Zix scuttled sideways, her multiple legs seeking purchase on the wet surface. Inside the lab, Elena introduced the group to Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, a renowned marine biologist. Dr. Tanaka will be guiding us through some of the unique challenges and wonders of Earth's oceans, Elena explained. Dr. Tanaka nodded, his weathered face breaking into a warm smile. Welcome, honored guests. Today, we'll be exploring the Mariana Trench, one of the most extreme environments on our planet. He gestured to a large screen displaying a bathymetric map of the ocean floor. The Mariana Trench reaches depths of over 11,000 meters. At that depth, the pressure is more than 1,000 times what you're experiencing right now. Zix chittered in disbelief. Surely nothing can survive under such conditions. Dr. Tanaka's eyes twinkled. That's what we once thought too. But life on Earth has a way of surprising us. We've discovered organisms thriving at these depths, adapted to total darkness, extreme pressure, and temperatures near freezing. As if on cue, the ship rocked violently, causing the alien researchers to stumble. Alarms began to blare throughout the vessel. "What's happening?" Kruz chimed, its crystalline form vibrating with fear. Elena's expression turned serious. "It seems our timing is impeccable. We're about to experience a typhoon." Dr. Tanaka quickly moved to secure loose equipment. "Everyone, please move to the central area of the lab and hold on to something sturdy. This might get rough." The alien researchers huddled together as the ship pitched and rolled. Through the lab's reinforced windows, they could see massive waves crashing over the deck, and the sky had turned an ominous, dark gray. Lyrael's wings fluttered frantically. "Dr. Vasquez, surely we should evacuate. This storm could destroy the ship." Elena shook her head, a hint of excitement in her eyes. "This ship is designed to withstand these conditions, Lyrael. In fact, we often sail into storms like this to study them. It's how we've learned to better predict and understand these powerful weather systems." As if to underscore her point, a bolt of lightning split the sky, followed almost immediately by a deafening crack of thunder. The alien researchers flinched collectively, but Elena and Dr. Tanaka remained calm, moving about the lab to check on equipment and take readings. "Fascinating," Kruz chimed softly, its fear giving way to scientific curiosity. "The energy being released by this storm is incredible. And you say this is a common occurrence?" Dr. Tanaka nodded. "Typhoons, hurricanes, cyclones. They're all part of Earth's complex weather systems. They can be destructive, yes, but they also play crucial roles in our planet's heat distribution and water cycle." As the storm raged on, Elena and Dr. Tanaka took the opportunity to explain more about Earth's oceans. They discussed the intricate food webs, from microscopic plankton to massive whales. They explained the ocean currents that influenced global climate and the geological processes that shape the seafloor. Zix, overcoming her initial terror, became fascinated by the images of deep-sea creatures displayed on the lab screens. These life forms, they're so alien, yet they evolved on the same planet as humans. The diversity is astounding. Elena nodded, pleased by Zix's enthusiasm. That's right, Zix. Earth's oceans have been called the final frontier on our own planet. We've explored more of the moon's surface than we have of our deep oceans. As the storm began to subside, Dr. Tanaka announced that it was safe to venture onto the deck. The alien researchers, still shaky from the experience, followed Elena and Dr. Tanaka outside. The sight that greeted them was breathtaking. The sea was still choppy, but the clouds had parted, allowing the setting sun to paint the sky and water in brilliant hues of orange and pink. A rainbow arched across the sky, its colors vivid against the retreating storm clouds. Beautiful, Zixlort breathed, its antennae quivering with emotion. After such violence, to see such beauty, it's almost poetic. Elena smiled. That's Earth for you, High Counselor. Constant change, constant renewal. It's this dynamism that drove our evolution, pushed us to adapt and innovate. As they stood on the deck, marveling at the post, storm spectacle, a massive form breached the surface of the water nearby. The alien researchers recoiled in shock as a humpback whale launched itself into the air before crashing back into the waves with a tremendous splash. "By the Crystal Collective," Crust exclaimed. "What manner of behemoth was that?" Dr. Tanaka laughed, his face alight with joy. "That, my friends, was a humpback whale, one of the largest animals on our planet, yet it feeds on some of the smallest." As the whale's flukes disappeared beneath the waves, Elena turned to her alien colleagues. "What you've experienced today is just a small fraction of what Earth's oceans have to offer. They cover more than 70 of our planet's surface and contain about 90. 7 of Earth's water. They're a world unto themselves, full of wonders and dangers we're still discovering." The group made their way back to the shuttle, their minds reeling from the day's experiences. As they prepared for the return journey to the Celestial Pioneer, High Counselor Zixlorp approached Elena. "Dr. Vasquez," it began, its voice filled with a new respect, "I believe I owe you and your species an apology. We had dismissed many of your claims about Earth as exaggeration, but having experienced just a fraction of your world, it's humbling." Elena smiled warmly. "There's no need to apologize, High Counselor. Earth is harsh, yes, but it's that very harshness that made us who we are. Every challenge our planet threw at us, we adapted to. We didn't just survive here, we learned to thrive." As the shuttle lifted off, the alien researchers crowded around the viewports for a final look at the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean below. The setting sun painted the sky and sea in brilliant hues, a fitting end to their second day on Earth. Back on the Celestial Pioneer, the group gathered in the observation lounge, their earlier fear now tempered with awe and respect. They chattered excitedly among themselves, comparing notes and sharing their most memorable moments from the expedition. Zix, her initial nervousness long forgotten, was practically bouncing with excitement. The biodiversity we witnessed is mind-boggling, from microscopic plankton to enormous whales. The range of life forms is incredible, and to think we barely scratched the surface. Quite literally. Cruz nodded, its crystalline form shimmering with enthusiasm. And the geological activity, the constant interplay between the land and the sea, the tectonic forces shaping the ocean floor. It's a level of dynamism I've never encountered before. Earth isn't just a planet. It's a living, breathing entity. Lirael fluttered her wings in agreement. The atmospheric phenomena alone are worth years of study. The way the ocean and atmosphere interact, driving these massive storm systems. It's no wonder humans are so adaptable. High Counselor Zixlorf raised his appendages for attention. Colleagues, I believe we've underestimated not just Earth, but humanity as well. Their experiences on this death world have uniquely prepared them for the challenges of space exploration. We would do well to reconsider humanity's role in our galactic initiatives. Elena, who had been quietly listening to the discussion, stepped forward. I'm glad you've gained a new perspective on Earth and humanity. But remember, what you've experienced so far is just a small taste of what our world has to offer and what it can throw at us. The alien researchers turned to her, their attention rapt. We've shown you the rainforest and the ocean, but Earth has so much more, Elena continued. We have scorching deserts and frozen tundras, mountains that pierce the clouds and canyons that plunge deep into the earth. We have volcanoes that can darken the sky and earthquakes that can reshape continents. She paused, letting her words sink in. And yet, humanity has not only survived these challenges, but has found ways to study them, to learn from them, and in many cases, to predict and mitigate their effects. Kruz chimed in, its voice filled with curiosity. How do you manage it? How do you maintain your civilization in the face of such constant threats? Elena smiled, her eyes gleaming with pride. It's in our nature to adapt and overcome. Every disaster has pushed us to innovate. Every challenge has forced us to think creatively. We've developed early warning systems for natural disasters, constructed buildings that can withstand extreme conditions, and created technologies to explore even the most hostile environments on our planet. Lyrail fluttered her wings nervously. But surely, there must be limits to what even humans can endure. Of course, Elena nodded. We're not invincible. Earth has humbled us many times throughout our history, but each time we've picked ourselves up, learned from the experience, and come back stronger. She gestured to the view screen, where Earth hung in the blackness of space, a swirling marble of blue, white, and green. Look at our world. It's a planet of extremes. Freezing poles and scorching deserts, deep oceans and soaring mountains, lush forests and barren wastelands. And in every one of these environments, you'll find humans not just surviving, but thriving. Zixlorp's antennae twitched thoughtfully. It occurs to me that perhaps we've been looking at this all wrong. We've been seeing Earth as a death world, a place to be feared. But to humanity, it's a training ground, a crucible that has forged you into one of the most adaptable species we've ever encountered. Elena beamed with pride. Exactly, High Counselor. Earth has taught us resilience, ingenuity, and an unquenchable spirit of exploration. It's prepared us for the challenges of space in ways we're only beginning to understand. Zix chittered excitedly. Do you think humanity's experiences on Earth might make you uniquely suited for exploring other death worlds? Elena's eyes sparkled with excitement. I believe so, Zix. In fact, I think that's where humanity might find its niche in the galactic community. We're already looking at planets that other species consider too dangerous to colonize, seeing potential where others see only peril. The alien researchers exchanged glances, a mix of excitement and apprehension clear in their expressions. Zixlorp stepped forward, his posture radiating determination. Dr. Vasquez, I believe it's time we reconsidered humanity's role in our galactic exploration initiatives. Your species' unique experiences and adaptability could be invaluable in our efforts to understand and potentially colonize worlds we've previously deemed too hostile. Elena nodded, a surge of pride and anticipation welling up inside her. We would be honored to take on that role. High Counselor, humanity is ready to share our knowledge and experience with the galactic community. As the meeting concluded and the alien researchers dispersed to analyze their data and prepare for the next day's expedition, Elena found herself alone in the observation lounge. As Elena gazed out at Earth, her mind raced with thoughts of the expedition's next phase. She knew that while the rainforest and ocean had impressed her alien colleagues, They had only scratched the surface of Earth's extremes. Tomorrow would bring new challenges and revelations. The observation lounge door hissed open, and Elena turned to see Commander Jax Chen enter. His weathered face bore a mixture of pride and concern. "Quite a show you've been putting on for our guests, Dr. Vasquez," he said, joining her at the viewport. Elena nodded, a small smile playing on her lips. They needed to see it, Jax, to truly understand why Earth is classified as it is, and what that means for humanity's potential in the galaxy. Chen's brow furrowed. "I understand that, but I'm concerned about tomorrow's itinerary. The Sahara is no joke, Elena. And with the sandstorm warnings." "That's precisely why we need to go," Elena interrupted gently. "They need to see how we've adapted to one of the harshest environments on our planet, how we've learned to predict and survive conditions that would be lethal to most species." Chen sighed, running a hand through his graying hair. "I know. It's just, we've never had alien dignitaries in a situation like this before. If anything goes wrong..." Elena placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Nothing will go wrong. We've taken every precaution. Besides, isn't showing them how we handled danger the whole point of this expedition?" Chen chuckled, some of the tension leaving his shoulders. "You're right, of course. Just be careful out there, okay? I don't want to have to explain to the Galactic Council why their head researcher got buried in a sand dune." As Chen left, Elena turned back to the viewport, her determination renewed. Tomorrow would be challenging, but it would also be an opportunity to showcase humanity's resilience in the face of Earth's harshest conditions. The next morning, Elena met her alien colleagues in the shuttle bay. Despite their exhaustion from the previous day's adventures, there was an air of excitement among the group. "Good morning, everyone," Elena greeted them. "I hope you're well, rested. Today, we're going to experience one of Earth's most extreme environments, the Sahara Desert." Zix's mandibles clicked nervously. "Desert? You mean an area devoid of water? How can anything survive in such conditions?" Elena smiled. "You'd be surprised, Zix. The Sahara is home to a variety of uniquely adapted life forms, and humans have learned not only to survive there, but to thrive." As the shuttle descended towards the vast expanse of sand below, Kruz's crystalline form shimmered with anticipation. "The geological formations are fascinating. How long has this desert existed?" "The Sahara as we know it is about 7 million years old," Elena explained. "But it's gone through periods of being more humid and more arid. It's a testament to how Earth's climate can change dramatically over time." As they touched down, the alien researchers were immediately struck by the intense heat and dryness. Even through their environmental suits, they could feel the oppressive conditions. Lirael's wings drooped in the heat. This is unbearable." Elena led them towards a nearby research station, a sleek structure designed to withstand the harsh desert conditions. "We've adapted, Lirael. We've developed technologies to harvest water from the air to cool our living spaces efficiently, and to protect ourselves from the sun's intense radiation." As they entered the cool interior of the station, the group was greeted by Dr. Aisha Malik, a climate scientist specializing in desert ecosystems. "Welcome to the Sahara," Dr. Malik said warmly. "I understand you've already experienced some of Earth's more lush environments. Well, this is the other extreme." She led them to a holographic display of the desert. The Sahara covers an area larger than the entire United States. It experiences some of the most extreme temperature variations on Earth, from scorching heat during the day to near freezing at night. Zixlorp's antennae twitched with interest. "And humans live here? Voluntarily?" Dr. Malik laughed. "Indeed we do. The Sahara has been home to human civilizations for thousands of years. We've learned to work with the desert, not against it." Suddenly, Alarms began blaring throughout the station. Dr. Malik's expression turned serious as she checked a nearby console. "It seems we have impeccable timing," she said. "A major sandstorm is heading our way. It's much larger than we initially predicted." The alien researchers exchanged nervous glances, but Elena's eyes lit up with excitement. "Perfect," she said. "This is exactly what I wanted you to experience. Dr. Malik, can we observe from the roof observatory?" Dr. Malik nodded, leading the group up a series of stairs to a reinforced dome on the roof of the station. As they entered, they could see the approaching wall of sand on the horizon, towering hundreds of meters into the sky. By the Crystal Collective, Cruz chimed in awe. As the storm engulfed the station, the alien researchers watched in a mixture of terror and fascination. The wind howled around the dome, carrying millions of tons of sand with it. The air outside turned a deep, otherworldly orange. "This is terrifying," Zix chittered, her multiple eyes wide with fear. "How does anything survive this?" Elena smiled, her eyes fixed on the swirling maelstrom outside. "Life finds a way, Zix. Desert plants and animals have evolved incredible adaptations to survive these conditions. And humans, we've learned to predict these storms, to build structures that can withstand them, and even to use them to our advantage." As the storm raged on, Dr. Malik explained how the Sahara's harsh conditions had driven human innovation. She showed them designs for solar farms that could power entire cities, desalination plants that could provide fresh water to millions, and climate control technologies that allowed for agriculture in the desert. Hours later, as the storm began to subside, the group ventured outside. The landscape had been transformed, dunes shifted and reshaped by the power of the wind. Lirael fluttered her wings, shaking off a fine coating of sand. "It's as if the entire world has been remade. Does this happen often?" Dr. Malik nodded. "The Sahara is in a constant state of flux. What you're seeing is the power of Earth's geological and atmospheric processes in action." As they prepared to return to the Celestial Pioneer, High Counselor Zixlorp approached Elena, its antennae quivering with emotion. "Dr. Vasquez," it said solemnly, "I must admit, I had my doubts about this expedition. I feared we were needlessly endangering ourselves. But now I see. This is what has made humanity what it is. Your planet's challenges have forged you into something truly remarkable." Elena nodded, a sense of pride swelling in her chest. "Thank you, High Counselor. Earth has been our greatest teacher, our harshest critic, and our most steadfast ally. It's prepared us for whatever the galaxy might throw at us." As the shuttle lifted off, leaving the vast expanse of the Sahara behind, Elena knew that their journey was far from over. There were still mountains to climb, volcanoes to explore, and the depths of the oceans to plumb. But with each new challenge, she saw the aliens' perception of humanity shifting, growing. Earth, their beautiful, terrifying home, was revealing its secrets. And in doing so, it was showing the galaxy the true potential of the species it had forged. The Deathworld that had challenged humanity at every turn had also given them the tools to face the universe. And now, as the shuttle docked with the Celestial Pioneer, Elena knew that the greatest adventures, for humanity and for the galaxy, were just beginning.